So come to a comfortable seat, whatever that means for you. Maybe on the knees, if your knees can take it. Maybe it's crisscross applesauce. Maybe you're sitting on a cushion or some blocks, which I have here. I'll show you what the blocks do. So you see where my knees are here. And if I sit up on a block, notice my knees come down lower. So that's what the sitting up on a block can help with. All right. So come to a comfortable seat. Gaze towards the floor, spine nice and long, shoulder blades together. Unhinge the jaw. And set the intention to offer this class for yourself. To be aware during the class, to give yourself what you need, to easily, without any guilt whatsoever, to step back from things that don't work for you today. That this class is for you, for your body, for your emotions and your spirit, to find a place of stillness, to find tranquility. I was raised a Catholic, and in the Catholic Mass, there's this section where there's "May peace be with you," and you reply, "May peace be with you." And when I was growing up, I was like, "Oh, okay, what a gift." It's okay. It didn't seem like a big deal. But I've come to realize that peace within ourselves is a treasure that no money can buy. It doesn't matter how much money you have. You cannot buy that inner peace. It is something that we work on, that we give ourselves. So that is this practice. That is how I created this practice. And I hope that you will feel some of that within you while we're practicing. So for a few moments, come to stillness. And think about the question, what is peace, inner peace? It means not thinking about the news. It means not thinking about what other people may have done to us or what's going on in our environment. Or for me, prepping my house for 8 people coming over for Christmas, anywhere between 2 weeks to 6 weeks living in my home. It's a freedom. Inner peace is freedom. Maybe it's about our health or someone else's health. Worrying doesn't change anything. Peace does. Just repeating that one more time. Worrying does not change anything. Peace does. Take another big breath in. Exhale slowly out through the nose. Flutter the eyelids open and reach those arms up overhead to extend up towards the ceiling. And exhale, release the hands down. Starting with some neck rolls. So drop the chin to the chest and roll left ear to left shoulder. That means that the face is either facing the screen right in front, or slightly tilted to where the wall meets the ceiling. Keeping the shoulder blades together, if available, fingertips on the floor. Exhaling chin to chest and rolling over to the other side. Ooh, I feel it more on this side, so observing how you feel it. Either face straight ahead or nose tilted slightly to where the wall meets the ceiling. And exhale, chin to chest. Inhaling, ear to shoulder. So moving with the breath now. Exhaling, chin to chest. Ear to other shoulder. Exhaling, breathing out, chin to chest. Last one, ear to shoulder on that left side. I mirror image to you. Exhaling, chin to chest. And rolling over to the other side. And exhaling, chin to chest. Lift the head, neck, chest up. Hands on the lap. Now working on the shoulders. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears. So let's shrug them up towards the ears. Roll them forward and then back. Up towards the ears, forward and back. Again, up towards the ears, forward and back. One more time. Up towards the ears, forward and back. Okay, settle in there. Now the other way. Up towards the ears, back, down. Up towards the ears, back, down. One more time. Up towards the ears. My shoulders sound like a bowl of Rice Krispies right now. You can't hear it probably, but it's like pop, 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 rolling down. Okay. Inhaling those arms up. And a little side stretch. So left hand on the floor, tiptoeing the fingers away and reaching the right hand overhead. The gaze is the same direction, either straight out in front or tilted slightly up towards the ceiling. Inhale all the way up, looking up, and exhaling, tiptoeing, other side, and reaching over the head. Another time, so 3 times on each side. So this is the second time on the left side. Just holding this for a little bit, breathing in between those ribs, stretching the muscles, those intercostal muscles that often get cramped and contracted when we slouch. Inhaling up, reaching, and over to the right side. Breathing into that armpit. Sounds ridiculous. It is not. I will explain why. Inhale all the way up. So over to the left side while I start explaining. So the diaphragm is like this, usually. And when we inhale, it expands outwards. Inhale to center. And last time on the right side. So it does expand in our side body. It does expand outwards when we're breathing in. And inhale all the way up. And take the block away and come to all fours. So if you have sensitive knees, a blanket is a wonderful option here. A blanket or I have this wonderful like knee pad. They have yoga knee pads. I'm going to use a blanket for today. So coming to all fours, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhaling, head, neck, tailbone up, maybe curling those toes under. Exhaling, pulling the belly button in, looking towards the knees. And notice that I moved my feet because, so inhale up, exhale, look between the knees. Ankles line up with the knees. So if the ankles are not in alignment and you can see the feet, that means you need to move them open a little bit. Inhale, collarbones wide, tailbone up. And exhale, pulling everything in. Inhale, collarbones wide, tailbone up. And exhaling, shoulder blades apart. engaging those abs, and coming to neutral spine. Take a big breath in here, and on the exhale, either come to child's pose, stretching the arms out in front, or tucking the toes, lifting the knees, pressing into the hands, sending the tailbone up for Adho Mukha. Take a big breath in, and exhale, lower both knees to the mat. Step or help the right foot between the hands. Once you're here, start to slide the back knee back a little bit. Come high up on the fingertips, lifting the chin and the chest. And engage the tummy muscles. So if you look at my lower back, if I engage my tummy muscles, you notice that my back goes a little flatter. So I'm securing my back by engaging the tummy muscles. Press into the front knee and lift up the chest and the chin. Inhale those arms up, lift the chin and the chest while stretching the quad of the back leg, taking care of that left knee joint. So maybe a blanket or a cushion, reaching those hands up. And bring the left hand on the thigh and circle the right hand around. So working on our shoulder joint, inhaling up and over and circling back. One more time, inhaling up and over and circling back. Okay. Inhale the left arm up, right hand on the thigh, and circling around and back. Inhaling up and back. 3 times like that. Working on those shoulders. And bring both hands to frame the right foot. And step the right knee to meet the left. Either stay here, or come to child's pose, or shift the weight forward for knees, chest, chin. Inhaling for a back bend. Now if hands underneath the shoulders is too tight, walk the hands forward. It will help to lift up, or bring the forearms on the floor. Big breath in, opening the heart, and then exhale, hands under shoulders, press the chest up, tuck the toes, lift the knees, or come to child's pose or downward facing Adho Mukha. And breathe. So that is the core sequence, and we'll be building up from that sequence. Exhaling, either stepping the left foot forward or lowering the knees, and from table, helping that left foot forward. Sinking the hips, lowering those hips, coming high up on the fingertips. And before we lift the arms up, pull the belly button in to secure the lower back. Taking care of the right knee. Hands on that front knee, lifting up the chest, engage the abs, and sweep those arms up. Reaching up, extending the spine. And starting this time with the left hand, so right hand to left knee, and circling around and back 3 times, working on that shoulder joint 3 times. And then after the 3rd time, keep the left arm extended up, and this time it's the right hand that circles back. So working on that shoulder joint, circling around. And both hands frame the front foot, and then bring the left knee to meet the right. Either come to child's pose or downward facing, or shifting the weight forward for knees, chest, chin. Inhaling either with cobra or sphinx or anything in between. And then exhale, shift the weight back, into the knees and either child's pose or downward facing. We're here, wherever you're at, child's pose or downward facing, here for a good 3 breaths. Finding length in the spine, softening the jaw and the breast. Heels heavy, they feel heavy, tailbone light. And either step the right foot directly between the hands or lower the knees and help that right foot forward. Lengthening upwards. Hands on the front knee, lifting the chest. So everything we do in this practice, we're building, all right? Inhaling those arms up, reaching, extending. And then left hand on the floor or on a block. Right hand twist. So the block for this first twist is directly underneath the left shoulder. All right? And exhale, unwind. Shift the weight back to kind of straighten or fully straighten the right leg. So folding forward just a different way, and then walking forward, right foot on the floor. Now bring that block closer to the inside of the right arch of the right foot. In fact, my block is touching the arch of my right foot, touching my ankle, and it's at the highest level. Right hand to the waist, lift the chest up. So for me to do that, I need to go high up on my fingertips on this block because it's not high enough. And now rotate that right shoulder back. We're twisting. Maybe looking over that right shoulder. Massaging our internal organs. Big breath in and exhale, unwind. Bring the hands to frame the front foot. Shift the weight back. Either step back and come to child's pose or downward facing. Remember, this is for you. This is to nourish you. So if your body is like, yeah, I need a child's pose. Maybe it's your mind that needs a child's pose now. Another option is the knees, chest, chin, and the back bend, whichever back bend you choose. If you choose the knees, chest, chin, once you're finished, again, 3 long, juicy breaths in either child's pose or downward facing. Or table, that's another option. Okay. Now it's time to step the left foot forward between the hands. However you get there, through table or from downward facing. Finding a little bit of heaviness in the right hip, left knee directly over left ankle. Press into the front thigh with the hands to lift the chest up. Inhale those arms up, so we're lengthening the spine upwards. Whew, I'm feeling it more on this leg, this twist. So a block or a cushion, and it's directly underneath the right shoulder. Left hand to the waist and twist. Maybe extend the left hand up. And unwind. Now bring that block to touch the inside of that left foot. Right hand on the block, left hand on the waist. Lift the chest up. So I know I need a little more height, so I'm coming high up on my fingertips. And then twist to the left. And maybe reach that left arm up. And exhale and unwind. Move the block out of the way. Everybody come into child's pose. For this child's pose, bring the knees apart so that the belly can come in between. Walk the hands forward. If you have a block, you can always use the block to surrender the forehead on the block, just to give you a deeper sense of surrender and letting go. So we're moving pretty quickly in between those poses. So taking this moment to find that peace, to find that serenity. And walk the hands back and come to kneel. So for the next stage, next sequence is for camel. And blocks are a wonderful option. Bring the knees about hip distance apart. I'll show you. Hip distance apart is usually 2 fists. About 2 fists in between those knees. And make sure the ankles line up with the knees and come to kneel. So if you weren't using a blanket before for the knees, you may need to here. Another option is just to fold the yoga mat so that you have a little bit of extra cushioning for the knees. Bring the hands to the waist. So the first back bend here, we're using the elbows. Holding on to the waist, invite the elbows together, as if someone's behind you and they're helping you bring those elbows together. So squeezing them together, strengthening all those muscles in the back, posterior chain, lifting the chin. I know this can be pretty intense, so keep the breath soft. Keep the breath soft. And take off a layer. So keep that breath soft and long. Okay, now release the elbows. Bring the hands towards the lower back and pointing down this time. This way, pointing down. Pointing down, securing the lower back, so almost helping it to go downward. And then invite the elbows together. So instead of on the waist, the hands are securing the back, and we're inviting the elbows. So I can already feel a back bend here. I can feel a stretch in my shoulders, across both shoulders actually. And release. Curl the toes under. Curl those toes under. Extend the left arm straight up. Straight up. Right hand to the lower back to protect the waist, the lower back. Lift the chest. Lift the chest, open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Either stay here or reach back towards the block on the highest level. I'm saying the highest level. If you're going on a lower level, your back is fine, that's fine. All right, so look at this back bend here. It's already a pretty intense back bend. Okay, now to move out of this pose safely, uncurl the toes. Step 1. Step 2, sit down and release the hand. Leave the knees where they are. Just come into a little child's pose. And for this child's pose, bring the arms around the body. So we're stretching the back in the other direction. And come to sit on the heels. And come to kneel. So doing the other side for the final back bend on the left side. So curl the toes under. Left hand to the lower back. Right hand reaching up. As I said, I am feeling plenty already here. And remember that this practice is to nurture you. So if this is it, honor what the body needs and maybe what the mind and spirit needs and stay here. Maybe reaching back with the left fingertips towards the block or the heel. Remember to engage the tummy muscles. Big breath in. And on the exhale, move the block out of the way. Uncurl the toes. Sit down. And then come into a child's pose. Imagine that this child's pose is like you filling up your cup. And come up to kneel and swing the feet around and open the feet wide. So the distance of the feet depends on the toes. If the toes start playing out, then bring the feet in a little bit more. And if the body is leaning back while you're doing this, sit up on a block or a cushion, right? So toes up, spine straight. Taking a big breath in. And exhale, walk the hands forward as much as the body will allow. Slow the breath down. Send energy to the back of the legs. Toes really flexed. That deepens the stretch. Now, if this was a yin class, we would stay here upwards of 2 minutes. But it is not a yin class, so walk the hands back. It's a little taste of yin. And mirror image to you again. So pull the left ankle in towards the groin, knee out towards the side. Inhale, both arms up. Find that length. And a little twist. So a twist towards that bent knee. Hands on either side of the bent knee. Done a lot of twisting for this practice. Inhale the arms up. And this time, right forearm to right thigh. And reach over the head with the left arm. Now, for some of us, the shoulder is shrugging up towards the ear here. If that's the case, lower the elbow on the inside of the thigh. Just make sure that there's a nice length in the side of the neck. Stretching the side body, realigning the spine and opening that left shoulder up. Maybe tilting the head to where the wall meets the ceiling. And inhale to center. Right hand on the floor, lining up with that right hip. Turn the left toes in. Can you see that? My feet is right. So turn the left toes in so you have a rotation, an inner rotation of that left thigh. Press into the right hand, the left foot, and lift the hips up. And then sweep that top arm overhead, opening the heart. And exhaling, hips to the floor. And now switching sides, but before that, coming through the center again. Toes up towards the ceiling, knees up towards the ceiling. Find length in the body, reaching the hands up, and then exhaling, hinging forward. When you've got the maximum hinge, release the hands to the floor to support the body. Feeling all the sensations, staying away from pain, but flirting with discomfort. That's how we grow, in places where we are not comfortable. And walk the hands back. Now tucking the other leg in, maybe helping it in. You can always take a strap and help it come in. Being careful with the bent knee. Toes pointing up with the left foot. Inhale, both arms up, so lengthening the spine, and exhale, twisting towards the bent knee. Pulling the belly button in. If you feel yourself leaning back, align those shoulders over the hips for that twist. And soften the jaw, lift the chin up. And unwind. Coming to center, extending the hands upward, reaching upward as if you're reaching for that inner peace. And then exhaling, left forearm to left thigh, right hand up. Rotating the right shoulder back so that the gaze can come somewhere to where the wall meets the ceiling. And if you feel a weightiness in that right shoulder, then release the elbow on the inside of the right thigh. I can't see everyone, but I know some folks here can maybe touch those toes, the right toes with the left hand. If that's you, all the power to you. Go for it. And breathe. And then the left hand to the mat. In line with that left hip, a few inches out to the side, but in that same alignment. Turn the right toes in. So wait, hang on a second. I'm mirror image to you. So this is your right hand. Right hand to the mat in line with the right hip, left toes turn in. Then press into the right hand to lift the hips up, maybe into that foot, and maybe the top hand reaches up overhead. Marveling at what your body can do rather than judging it for not being enough. And exhale down. Swing around so that both feet are out in front. Same instruction here. If you find yourself leaning back, then sit up on a block. The idea is that shoulders are over hips. And pull the right knee in towards the chest and allow it to float out to the side. If you have a strap or a sweater. I'm going to get a sweater. The one that I took off. All right. I'm going to use it as my strap. So inhale the arms up, lengthen. And exhale, if you have the length to hold on to the foot, please do. Otherwise, a sweater or a strap around the ball of the left foot and hinging over that left thigh. And notice where the chest is. If the chest is on the inside of the left thigh, try to align the chest bone directly over the left thigh. Soften the breath. Relax the neck and the chin. Wherever you're at, just relax it. We're coming to the end of practice. So savoring, enjoying the stillness in the pose. And if the mind wanders, use the sensations of the body, use mindful awareness to stay present. I can feel a stretch in the back of my calf. I can feel a stretch in the back of my thigh. That's mindful awareness. I'm not attaching a judgment to it. I'm just observing what's happening in this moment. And release. And bring the right knee up. Wiggle the sits bones. Inhale, both arms up. And exhale, twist towards the right knee. Maybe holding on to the thigh, the calf, maybe wrapping around. Another option is the strap or the sweater, in my case. All right. Pulling the belly button in to find that length. And exhaling, releasing. Straightening the right leg and shaking it out. Helping bend the left knee and allowing the left knee to float out to the side. Right toes point up. Wiggle around on those sits bones. Maybe this time aligning the chest over the right thigh right away. Inhaling the arms up. And exhaling, hinging, reaching for the toes, towards the toes, maybe with a strap, maybe with a sweater or a scarf. My mom uses a scarf when we do chair yoga together. Take a big breath in and relax the chin, relax the neck. Observe the sound of the breath. Observe which parts of the body move as you breathe. Observe any sounds around you in your space. Anything that you can see if the eyes are open. And release. And come upright. Shoulders over hips. Then bring that left knee up. Rearrange the sits bones, maybe sitting on a block this time. Inhaling both arms up to find that length before twisting. And exhale, twist towards the left knee. Either one hand on the thigh and one on the shin to help that twist. Another option is to wrap the right arm around the knee. And another option is to use whatever strap, scarf, sweater to help the twist happen. The right toes are still pointing up and the knee is still pointing up. Even though we're focused more on the twist here, keep that right leg engaged. Big breath in and exhale, unwind. Release the sweater, bring both feet out in front and shake those legs, the feet. Coming to lie on the back, Bringing the shoulder blades towards the mat. If it is available, actually I'm not going to do a back bend here. We did plenty of back bends with the camel. So bring both knees towards the chest. Give yourself a hug. And bring both knees over to the right side. So this is just, and the hips a little over to the left. So this is just a quick little twist here, because I want a long enough breath practice, pranayama practice at the end. Bring both knees to center. Swing the hips a little over to the right. Knees in and over to the left. And if the right shoulder hurts, just bring the arm alongside the body or crossing the chest. And bringing both knees to center. Left knee bent, left foot on the floor. Extend the right leg up. And either with a strap around the ball of the foot, or maybe behind the thigh, finding the stretch, maybe behind the calf. I know some of the people present in this class can hold on to the calf without a strap, so feel free to do that. Never need permission from the yoga teacher to do what your body craves, needs, wants. Make the breath longer, more controlled. Another option is always, if you need to bend that right leg, feel free to. You can still get a stretch with the knee bent. Trust me. And release the right foot to the floor, right knee bent. Pull the left knee towards the chest. Strap or sweater around the ball of the left foot. Extending the left foot towards the ceiling. Press the lower back into the floor. Pull the belly button towards the spine. Shoulder blades heavy towards the floor, even if they don't touch. Just a sensation of heaviness in the shoulder blades. And bend the left knee. It's time for Shavasana with pranayama. So either knees bent, if the back needs it, or feet flopping open, palms turning upward. Another option is to have a bolster under the knees at a level that works for the lower back. And you find a place of surrender, of letting go. Just, you feel good. You feel like you can sink into the bolster, into the floor. But if you're cold, grab something and cover yourself up for the last few minutes of this class. Once you are settled in, tucked in, like you tuck in a child for bed. Once you're settled in, bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the chest, and notice how the body, the chest and the belly move as the breath comes in and out of the body. If you can hear your breath, slow down the breath so much that you can barely hear it. I'm a very loud breather usually, so this takes a lot for me to really slow down the breath so that I can barely hear it. And then all of a sudden the breath gets so much longer. And also on that out breath, after I control the inhale, I just want to sigh the air out in one big dump. But controlling that exhalation to make it quiet and slower takes a lot for me to focus on. It may do maybe for you as well. So why this simple instruction to slow the breath down? The reason for it, naturally, the average human breathes 18 times in 1 minute. And there was a researcher, Mr. Nestor, he wrote a book, The Lost Art of Breathing. Took in a lot of Indian pranayama, but other things as well. And the research found that people who pray, so across the world, different cultures, so whether it is a Christian saying the Our Father, or a Muslim doing the noon and morning prayers, or someone from Tibet going Om Mani Padme Hum, across the world, people, Hindu chants, Sanskrit chants, this sense of well-being after the chant. And the research was trying to figure out how the words changed, the deities changed, but how all of these people, regardless of the culture, the religion, if they did these mantras or these prayers, they all had this sense of well-being. And what they discovered was that the prayers slowed the breath down to an average of 5.5 breaths in a minute. And when the breath is slower, it gives an indication to our nervous system that we are in a good space. And then our nervous system responds by flooding our bodies with happy hormones, feel-good hormones. So this is a very simple breath practice, very simple. All it entails is slowing down and quietening the breath, making it longer. For 1 more minute, I will be silent. And your job is to focus on that breath. And wherever you're at, release control of the breath. If you have a bolster, move it out of the way. Stretch the arms overhead, point those toes. Pull the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a hug. Roll over to one side and come up to a comfortable seat. Bringing both hands to the heart. Taking a big breath in. And on the exhale, bowing forward, sealing in the benefits of this practice. Thank you so much for joining me.